And we're back after a long while, actually. And that is because I found something I want to do because, well, I didn't want to do what I was doing before. So, why now? Well, I've gotten an idea of something I want to do, and I was gonna do it by myself. But I thought, hey, why not just make videos out of it? Maybe with that, I'll stay more focused on the world and won't abandon it. Because what I want to do is something that I haven't done before because I've played a lot of D&D. Well, kinda. I've played around 2 to 300 hours total of D&D, which seems like a lot, it's not a lot. And recently, I've been watching Critical Role again. I haven't finished campaign 3. I only finished campaign 1 and the first arc of campaign 1 and fully campaign 2 and then around 30 episodes of campaign 3. But now that campaign 4 is out and only a few chapters are out, I've decided to accompany it again from beginning to end. And I still have to finish Baldur's Gate actually. Only play the first two acts. But enough of that. I don't think that's important, kinda, to why I'm doing this. And I decided to create my own world so that I can DM for a group eventually. And I thought, why not make the builds that I want to be in the world also in Minecraft? Because it just sounded fun, you know? And this way, making videos, I'll just keep on going, I think. Or at least that's my hope. As for what the setting will be, I do plan on making it a bit more of a grimdark setting. The story I want to tell will be obviously I don't want to say power fantasy because that's not an heroic fantasy where the players are saving the world as per usual. Not exactly power fantasy as in they'll be extremely powerful. And part of why I want it to be a grimdark world is also because I've been getting into Warhammer lore. I would like to try playing the Warhammer tabletop, but that would mean that I would need to create an army, and those are expensive. And seeing as I already collect the One Piece TCG and play a bit, I don't want to spend more money on tabletops. Other than books, obviously. That is one that I'm seeing that I'm interested. It's not D&D, it's another system. And I need to try other systems. I only played what D&D, Call of Cthulhu, and another one, but the other one I didn't really enjoy. So I already have a place where I want to make the builds, and it's not here. I want to use a taiga. The vibe of the city, if you want to know already, I guess you could say that it will be kind of like the final empire. I don't remember. Oh, I forgot the name of the city. The of the first two books of Mistborn. Okay, I'll need to Luthadel. So I'm just preparing a bit before we set out on our journey to the place that I've already went on and looked at. This armor is so ugly. It's not that far away. Surely the items won't despawn before I get there. I hope. These. Okay, we got lucky, nothing despawned. I think I should tell you a bit about the setting. Not so long ago, gods waged a war between themselves, and most of them either ended up dead or so badly wounded that that's where they're going. And what happens when a god dies? Maybe the domain they owned power over just stops working. Unfortunately, one of the gods that died was the god of death. And what that means is that after something dies, now they cannot go into rest, being stuck as undead in this world. And that's a problem because now not only is other creatures trying to kill you while looking for food to survive, but also the ones that die also come back to hunt you, basically trying to make it so that you join them. So the more time passes, the worse the world becomes. And this is the place that I had chosen to be the place where I make my first tiny camp and start preparing to build the walls that will protect the final bastion, the last bulwark of defense that is known to exist, at least for its citizens. First, let me just say that if I sound a bit nasally, it's because I am a bit sick. I was way worse a few days ago, but I'm getting better. Well, better enough at least to record this. Um, Also, what you're seeing right now is me building this starter camp that I call the camp, but it's more of a cart. And that's because the lore I had in mind for this place would be a cart where Val just stopped a bit to make camp and sleep for the night because he was already pretty exhausted for travel from traveling and just recharging a bit before heading to the city gates. I think it didn't end up too bad. I think it looks kind of nice, but I'm no builder. I suck at it even, but well, this is what I can do. Not only that, on the top left of the screen, you'll also see the map, the battle map. And that is a 10th, yes, because I kinda can't open the program I usually use to draw maps because it's crashing my PC for some reason. So I used Incarnate, and there my subscription had already expired, and I didn't renew it because I'm trying to fix the other program. Anyway, I'm gonna try to do this of making a map for the building I'm gonna do, and this one is one that is very, very versatile. Having a map of a camp, it's something that you always want to have in a fantasy story, because chances are your players are gonna sleep outside. And having a battle map for a camp, regardless of where they are, you can just place it in front of them if they somehow just encounter a pack of dire wolves or some other creatures that are in the forests, and that is something that having in your back pocket always useful. Also, where will I share the map? Because I don't know the best place to do it, so I'm gonna do it in maybe Blue Sky, and who knows if posts in YouTube also work for it. I'm gonna try. So search there. However, if you know a place where it would be better, just put it in the comments and I'll try and get it there. Anyway, this is gonna be my little first camp, and we're almost done. Now I just need one more bed, and this will be just a location for me to store my stuff before I start building the city that I do plan to build, as I said before. Now, a bit of lore about this. This was a little caravan that was sent out of the city to just search for be it artifacts, be it, I don't know, more people, any resources that were useful, whatever you could find really. Basically a scavenger's caravan. Or a scouting party, if you want to call it that instead. Let me tell you a bit about Val, and where the name came from. Val was my first D&D character. He was a ranger, didn't live past level 2, and that's about it. He was a scout, supposedly. Or that was the backstory that I had given him. It's just a shame that he died before even getting a subclass. Well, but what am I gonna plan to do with the bed that is missing? Well, how about we take this one, just so we can sleep on the way and go grab a bed. Because this is a city I've scouted ahead of time. um, no, but no. And I did find a place where I wanted to build that little fortress village. I think this is the direction, and we're gonna find a village there. The village is just a little bonus because the terrain generation is what I was looking for. And the terrain generation that I found was one that was suited for my needs. I got so lucky there. Okay, yeah, this is the place where the gate will be, more or less along this stone on the floor. But that's just the next episode project. Okay, there it is. I saw the path blocks and the smoke column. So let's see what we can find here. Don't need that. Are there no villagers in this village? Oh, I'm not the kind of person that will say no to surface iron. Okay, can be one of this. Okay, yes, I heard them. Means they're alive at least. Ooh, a bundle. And because this is a taiga village, there are no hay bales, just pumpkins, which is a bit sad. It means no food for us. Why is everyone there? Um, is there anything going on here that I should know about? Why are we all around the fountain? Ooh, better gear. And more food. I'm gonna send them to their homes. Anyone here? Okay. One is a nitwig, so I'm gonna need one more, I think. Anyone here? Okay, there is. Oh, no, 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 no. There is one of them. Now that we got a matching pair of beds, let's go back and from there we'll talk a bit more. I think getting a few fish on the way back is not such a bad idea. That's a drown. I thought I was drowning, but no, it's just a drown. Trying to make me join them, as I said before. It's all according to the lore. Now, what were the fish? Oh no, 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 no. I don't want to smoke with that guy. You stay there and I'm gonna go. Okay? Nice meeting you, but I don't think you're the kind of company I want right now. The armor can go there. And the bed's in place. Let me just set my spawn. Is this a caravan or a wagon? Either way, we have one. So, I think it's time we go explore a bit. I think it's about time we go and do a bit of caving. I did some preparations, got myself a bunch of food, some stuff in the bundle in case I need especially wood and the furnace. And if I'm not mistaken, yes, we do have over here one cave already. And I already hear mobs. The objective here is gonna be iron. I need quite a bit of it. And let's see if we can get also a few diamonds. Because I don't want to do what I'm gonna have to do for my next build in iron or copper armor. Okay, this one did not go deep at all. It was a very shallow cave. Not even iron. That was a huge failure. This one looks promising, however. Any surface iron that I can see? Nope. Only a bunch of gold that I can get once I need it. Why is this place getting so many endermans? And no other mob? Ooh, that's interesting. Also, I didn't see this bit of iron. This seems like it'll go deep. What difficulty am I on? Hard. And no mobs. Hmm. Thank you, I guess. How deep am I that... Oh. I cannot get that redstone yet. And that's why I brought a furnace. Now we can go and get that redstone. I got myself in a bit of a pickle. What? My shield didn't work. My shield didn't work. My shield didn't work. Okay. At least we discovered that here's an iron vein with all this andesite and iron that I could possibly ever need. Okay, not ever. I'm gonna need a lot of iron. My bad. And andesite, but at least for now. Now about the city that I do want to build. I have a bit of a story planned for it and the dynamic of how it will work. It's just that I need to start populating it a bit with more characters and also... Oh no. Oh no. At least there was no shrieker there. Is, is this a city? Tell me it isn't. Oh. I did an oopsie. I don't see any shriekers nearby. Maybe it's safe to place a torch? Seems like it. When? Is this gonna be an 8? It is? Yes, it is! But back to what I was saying. The city, I don't have a name for it yet, but I don't know if I'll give it one. I still need to think about it, because... Oh. Oh no. That is a problem. Okay. There are shriekers over here, and that is a problem. One. Now, how do I deal with these two? Maybe destroy one and run. I didn't hear it. Am I still safe? Oh no. No, I did hear it. Oh no. And there are diamonds over there that I hadn't noticed. Oh. Oh no. Okay, I think it's about time we get out of here. I think I already tried to say this a lot, but... Okay, it's not close. But... This first city that I'm making, it's gonna be basically where a campaign would start. And there would be two ways that the characters could have be sent to join the expedition that would be sent out this time around. Well, three actually. You can either A, enlist to go, just go up being part of the militia, not or guardsmen of the city, and just request to join the next scouting caravan. Or maybe you'd have been someone who committed a crime And committing a crime in the city means, well, you're in the next round of exploration duty, which is a duty that no one wants because survival rate outside of the city, not the best. Let's say that. And the other way would have been if the numbers required were not met between the two former ways of getting people. There would be a draft basically among the people with skills to maybe do something outside of the walls of the city. Why does it feel like the warden is still very close to me? Because I should already be farther bit upwards. Yeah, I'm already in the positives. Yep, 0. Now the thing that remains would have been, what would they be sent on an expedition for this time around? Maybe that's not the main question because the expeditions are always for the same thing, that is finding as many resources as possible and maybe any points of interest that could have been useful. But what do they find out there? But that's not the point at this current moment because I just first creating the city. And there inside, I think there are a few other quests that can be made before they are sent on their merry way out. Oh, poison. And now we have our first spawn, and I've fully illuminated it, and it doesn't spawn anywhere, I think. So let me just, oops, first I need to take the coordinates. Okay, we are out of the caves. Now, where are we? Oh, I think I know where we are. Hmm, or do I? I may not actually know where I am. Oh, these are the cows. We weren't that far away. And this is what we got. So, if I did this, it means that I need 6 for each, but I already have calling the furnaces, change mine, and fully fit my armor stand as it should be. So I did a bit of an oopsie, which was I did build this and didn't notice that I was not recording. Not like I did much, I just made a bit of a campfire, cleared any trees that were above. Having a clearance above is not a bad idea, especially if it's one that is lighting leaves like this straight up falling on it. Also, clean them all to the side of the campfire so it doesn't have any chance of catching fire to the whole forest. Now, I marked some places like this one and another one over there that I want to build trees. This is a bit barren. Eventually, I'll also want to make a path between here and where the city will be, but first I need to start the city, and that's a bit more of a thing that I can do on my own time, just to relax a bit. And make custom trees along those lines too, at least the ones in front. But for this place over here is one that I do want to make it a bit cozy, so let's start by building some trees. And this is it. I made 3 trees just to occupy a bit more of the space around here after deforesting as much as I did. And while they do not look perfect, thing is, I just started learning how to do trees, like for this video and for this place over here. So,
It's not too bad. This one I do think went a bit better than that one, but I don't know. Tell me which one do you prefer. Also, this one is just a more regular, easier to do tree because I just wanted one to occupy a bit of that space around there. So let me just place myself here and let's just turn on the shaders and do a turn around camp and see how this place ended up. And this is gonna be it. Tell me what you think. Bye bye.